from the 412 with
I have all kinds of stuff going crazy on me right now. We missed the intro video. Songs are starting that aren't supposed to be starting. They can't hear us on the radio side. Here, now they can hear us.
Whoops.
So no intro video on the video side today. Maybe I'll play it later, like at the end, because that doesn't make any sense at all. No. Anyway, we are on episode number 689 of the Pennsylvania Rock Show. With me tonight is Justin Townsend, who is from
Pittsburgh,
Ironside,
Pennsylvania.
Skies of Terra, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We were talking all kinds of stuff, jobs, just all kinds of stuff. I have a new computer that I'm using tonight, which is part of the problem. But anyway, we're like 13 minutes in. I just got done playing new song from Eden on Fire. That was Listen to Me. Then you heard the intro track. Then we played the Cheats, Cussin' Crying, Carrying It On, and Dragline, You're Gonna Lose. And now we're live with Justin.
Hey.
Hopefully it's working on the radio and the video side.
Hey, we can only hope, right?
Let's see. Kick isn't working. That doesn't surprise me. Kick.com. It is, if you're not familiar, a really, really cool new streaming venture. It's in beta. And for some reason, it will not let me connect live. So someday I may be on Kick, but not tonight. I do want to mention that we are coming to you from musicfromthe412.com, buildthescene.com, both of those from the Pittsburgh area, oldiesxl.com from Philadelphia, xrpradio.co.uk from the Highlands of Scotland, 107.1 FM KFGD and megarockradio.net in St. Louis, Missouri, rooterooradio.com on the beaches of San Diego, California. And I feel like I forgot someone, and I say that every week. Hopefully I got them all in. If not, go to buildthescene.com/PARS, PARS -schedule. PARS, PA Rock Show. It's a terrible abbreviation, but that's what it is. This is going to be a fun one.
It is. It is.
If you are watching us live on the video, there is you can comment, and we may or may not see it.
Oh, we should be able to see it. Maybe.
We'll
see. Between sleep deprivation and other things, like we'll power through it. It's fine. It's not a big deal.
Well, with my screen set up the way it is with the split screen, when I click on comments, everything that you and I see about each other disappears, and I can only see the comments. So we'll make it work.
Yeah, it's fine. It's okay. It's great.
Anyway. So I have a few questions about the Skies of Terra thing.
Oh boy.
The first one being, what's the deal with that?
What's the deal with it? Are you talking in regards of the remix EP?
Yeah. Like, how did that come about? Are you guys planning on going out and playing that stuff? What's the plan? So
there's a huge backstory with this, but to make a long story short with the remix EP is that after, if I can remember correctly, after we dropped The Party Is Over, we had a lot of like internal issues with the band, and that's why it's no longer like an actual band, if that's what you even wanted to call it to begin with. So Cletus and I kind of like, we thought about it, and it's like we could do pretty much whatever we want at this point. We can like have people remix them, like we can remix them, we can do whatever we want with these tracks. And after it sat for a while, which one of these animals are coming into my room? It's probably my cat. But it sat for a while, and it's leading more into the other internal issues. This cat just comes in and thinks she like owns the spot. But we dropped The Party Is Over. We did a couple of shows. Chris ended up having a child. There was a huge lack of communication, mostly on our front, of, you know, wanting to do this and move forward and stuff like that. Liam had a huge problem with us not having a bassist or a drummer for the entire duration. And we still wanted to, like, Cletus and I still wanted to do something that was music related, but we had a show that was scheduled. It was last year. It was for July 23rd, I want to say. It was going to be our last show until we kind of figured everything out. But a lot of things went south with that. So we kind of just like put it all on the back burner for a little bit until everyone was able to reset. So whenever everything reset, you know, Chris made his mind up of like not jumping back into the band. Liam, he works like a ton, so we just kind of leave him be. He even told me he's pretty much done with music at this point, and you know, I gotta respect that. He works like 75 hours a week, so he's a maniac. But you know, when everything came back, he said, like, remember that idea that we had about remixing? And I said, yeah. For some reason, Cletus has this niche about him of where he's able to gravitate toward other musicians and they gravitate toward him. So he found a bunch of other people that are able to like remix. He came across Dylan Edwards from Fellowship, an amazing band from Virginia. He did a remix of With Your Blood. I think Exor, I think he's from some completely different country. I don't even know where or how he found him. So he remixed a bunch of songs. Cletus remixed one himself. So it was more so of like just the idea of it happening. And there was a ton of time from whenever the party was over was dropped up until like now. So it was more so something of a buffer for whenever we actually release new material. You know, call us stream catchers, but you know, we're still chasing it.
So that's going to be more of a studio project then?
Yeah. I mean, it's still, yeah, it's going to be a studio project, at least for the time being. Would you stop it? What are you meowing at? Knock it off.
That cat is going to end up on your shoulders before this video is over.
She's literally right by my leg. Like she's going to jump. She's going to find a way to jump on this chair, and it's going to really upset me. It's going to be a studio project for the time being. It's mainly just been whenever we had the, I guess we can call it a fallout. But it was after everything kind of Cletus got himself straight. You know, I started to kind of like venture into different avenues and stuff like that. He came back and he sat down for, I think, literally like anywhere between 5 to 7 days. And he just wrote a plethora of instrumentals and he brought them to my attention. And I asked him, I said, are you asking me to be a vocalist again? And he said, I'm not going to ask anybody else. And I said, okay, well, I guess I'm going to do that now. Yeah, it's going to just be him and I. We still get together and write vocals. We still do vocals together. We still write lyrics. We still critique everything that we do. Or I help him critique everything that he does because I'm, instrumentally
challenged.
Yes. I was going to say inept or the R word, but I can't say that.
Yeah, thanks.
Hey, no problem. No problem. It's 2023. I can't get in trouble. So we still do all that. We still critique everything that goes on. There's a slight chance of possibly having like a studio drummer involved. The chances of us performing these songs live is slim to none. Yeah, it's unfortunate because the songs that we have been working on are bangers, to say the absolute least. But we're doing it for different reasons. We're not making merch. We're not performing these songs live, you know. we're just taking it a different route and taking it slow and very delicately, as diligently as we possibly can, because we don't want to rush things, kind of like when we did with the last EP that we dropped. So we're kind of, letting it take its course.
Cool. Hey, we're going to take a short break. We're going to listen to Worlds Collide, the XOR remix featuring Seethe. And we're going to get to Patrick a little bit later too. With that said, up next is Worlds Collide by Skies of Terra. And on the video side, we'll see what you get to see.
A very special shout out to our amazing sponsors. Because of you, more people than ever can discover Pittsburgh's vibrant music scene every day. We'd like to thank Main Street Music and Sound, Shady Lady Productions, Drusky Entertainment, J&T Tire Pros, Moondogs, Red Medicine Recording, the Pittsburgh Shrine Center, WQED, Deadhead Winery, Pamela Bryan, and Quantum Theater. Thank you for supporting local Pittsburgh creativity.
Hey, it's your music from the 412 concert calendar for the week. I'm Bonnie Diver, and here's what's going on. On Wednesday, September 20th, you've got Glenn Hughes with special guests Enough's Enough and Modern Fossils. They're going to be at Jurgles. On Thursday, September 21st, you've got Thunder Thursdays. Mo Taters and the Gravy Train are going to play. That's at the Pittsburgh Shrine Center starting at 6. The Zombie and Music Festival, Off With Their Heads, Volume 1, is going to be at Halftime Lounge on Saturday starting at 4 o'clock. Also on Saturday, it's the Clarks at Gig on Main. That starts from 5 and goes till 11. Twin Lakes Parks concert continues on Saturday. That's Willow Hill and Adam Leonard, who are going to be playing this week. That is a free show. Dogs are welcome, by the way. And listen to win some concert tickets. We've got some cool stuff coming up. Drive-by Truckers at the Palace in Greensburg on Sunday, September 24th. September 27th, we have tickets for Murphy's Law at the Craft House. And October 8th, Alice Cooper at West Banco Arena. Listen for your chance to win tickets on Music from the 412. That's your concert calendar.
Want your music featured with the best of Pittsburgh's local artists? Music from the 412 is seeking bands and solo artists from Pittsburgh and beyond for our channel and exclusive shows. Simply visit musicfromthe412.com and look for our submission form under the Contact tab. Whether you're looking for an interview feature, concert promotion, or airtime for your latest song or music video, Music from the 412 has you covered. Get exposure for your music today. Main Street Music and Sound is your full-service music store for instruments, rentals, repairs, and more. Our experts have over 40 years of experience in AV and lighting installations. And if you're looking for any kind of instruments, accessories, or gear, you'll find it here. Plus, we offer lessons for students of all ages and levels for a wide variety of instruments. Visit Main Street Music and Sound in-store or online today.
And we are back on the radio and on the video side with Justin from Skies of Terra and look at me, Skies of Terra and why did I blank? Ironside.
There you go.
That one's playing out. Can't remember that one. Ironside. All right, so I mentioned that we were going to talk about Patrick later. So Patrick was featured there as Seethe.
Mm-hmm.
And we were going to play a song a little later on with Demo Demon, where Patrick is and the Yeti are featured as 9 Stitch Method. But we'll get to that later.
Sounds good.
So I definitely I listened to the original version of Worlds Collide today, and then this version, and it is very, very different. Almost different enough that I was willing to play them back to back, which probably would get me in trouble with the royalty people on Music from the 412. So I didn't do it.
Hey, that's more than fine.
But like, clearly, it's the same words. And that's about all that I would say is similar.
Yeah, the thing is with that is like we mainly wanted to kind of like put it in the hands of whoever is remixing it, like that producer, whoever's going to produce this edition of the song. It's all fair game, you know what I mean? It's like add what you want, you know, put any effect on that you want, you know, just as long as the core value of the song is kept, then it's all fine. And everything that has came back has just, it's been absolutely amazing. It's been incredible actually hearing it from like, you know, a year ago, whenever we were planning on doing it, to actually hearing it. It's like two completely different worlds. It's absolutely insane. Crazy talented too.
So you said you don't even know where XOR is from?
No, I think Cletus found him. I guess he found him on like Instagram or something. He follows him, and he, again, like Cletus has this natural ability to just go into another musician's DMs and like they're all of a sudden like working together. It's insane. I don't know how he does it, because anytime I do it, like I come off as like some pretentious, you know, whatever. And it's not my intention, but it's just, I guess, how I come off. But yeah, he has that ability to just like click with somebody musically. And it's, I don't know, it's worked out in the favor. Hello, Cat. You want to come up? There you go.
I'm telling you, shoulders. That's where the cat is headed. I see a tail.
Yep. This is Rue. This is Rue.
So I really don't know if I want to bring this up, but you told me that you had some things you wanted to talk about on the metal scene side of things here in Pittsburgh.
Oh, geez, man.
And you've been doing such a good job so far at keeping yourself leveled.
It's so, man, dude, I don't even want to like, I don't want to get into it or like throw out any sort of like, you know, you shouldn't be saying that, this and that, but it's like, I don't know, man. All right, come on, you gotta go. Just, I see it more so of like falling apart. I see it falling apart in the sense of I see it in two different things. There's way too many clicks that are involved. And I see it falling apart more so in the sense of like other things that are like pretty much taking over the local scene as a whole. And I'm talking like cover bands and tribute acts and stuff like that. It's very, very difficult.
You just scored points on Rocky's scoreboard, just so you know.
Hey, it is what it is, man. Like I see it constantly, and it's sort of disgusting to me in a sense, because like as a metal, like deathcore guy, I know how everyone feels about deathcore, but you know, whatever. As a deathcore guy, metal guy, like in those kind of acts, it's very difficult to like present that product to anyone who goes ahead and like runs a business or runs a venue or anything like that. It's somewhat difficult in a local sense because they don't want to attract people who, you know, drink and have the potential of like flipping tables and stuff like that. And it's like, it's not even what it's about, man. Like there's no table flipping. I guarantee you that right now. People drink, but if they drink, they're bringing you money. But it's, you know, the cover bands and tribute acts, that goes ahead and that falls along the audience that actually goes to these shows. It's
while you're thinking real quick, Doc Rock says he agrees with you. He is the host of Metal Shop 101 on Music from the 412, Castle Black Radio, and like 9 other stations all over the world.
So he gets it. You know, it's and it's not like I'm not throwing any shade saying that there's no talent involved, but it's just it sucks because of the fact of like there's people that are, you know, blowing up and doing all these shows and, you know, getting calls and all this stuff, all because they're playing someone else's stuff. And that's kind of like, you know, that's very discouraging to anyone else in the music scene. The clicks and all that stuff, however, that's something a little bit different because there's like other people that are like, hey, can we jump on a show? And it's like, we'll get back to you. And they never do. Or it's like, hey, man, we can work together. They never hit you up. You know, it's that kind of stuff. It's very discouraging. And it's spread throughout like the entire music scene as a whole. It just, I don't know, in order for any of this stuff to kind of revitalize itself, it's like be a little bit more open to working with other people that actually have something to offer, because you never know what someone else can bring to the table or like beef your song up or anything like that. Like, I don't know, it's a thing of like working together, even simple advice, you know what I mean? Just little things like that. I see it more so falling apart from like, I don't know, just these cover bands and tribute acts. Like I see other people doing it and it's cool. It gets them on stage a little bit more, but it's like, I don't know, no one else wants to go and give a random band that's coming through, say Casey's or the Smiling Moose. They don't want to give them a shot. But the moment they see, I don't know, Cranberries tribute act, oh man, here, take my money. Here's $50. Here's another 20 as a tip.
Hold on one second here. Doc responding. It's crazy how oversaturated the cover bands are in Pittsburgh. And then we have the aeronaut saying, "Tell him, Justin."
You get it. You understand.
So the thing, and if you listen to the bands that were in the Sunset Strip or the bands that came out of the grunge era out of Seattle, they talk about hanging out with each other and playing at the same places. And some of them lived in, I watched I'm going to completely Jerry Cantrell. I watched a documentary where he was talking about living in the manager's basement with, I can't think of his name, but it was a member of Pearl Jam. They were living together in a manager's basement. All of that is bands working together, and you know, and once one of them hit, they all hit.
Yeah, and it's
so
like I sort of understand the fact of like, you know, but it seems more tight knit, and it's only tight knit only if you're like involved. You know what I mean? It's
whereas
like
it needs to be everybody tight knit.
Yeah, it's like everyone help each other out, you know, throw each other a bone, jump on the show, like do this, do that, like trade shows, you know, come out to support, we'll come out to support. It's, you know, that's how everything flows. It flows nicely. And it's like most of the time it's like I will admit I am super tired all the time. But if like my feed is flooded with a bunch of nonsense. So if, I don't know, if someone says like, hey man, like they bring it to my attention, like, hey man, I'm performing at this show on said date. And I'll be like, okay, I can see what I got going on. If I got nothing going on, like, yeah, bro, I'll come out. Like, it's that simple. It's that easy. You know what I mean? And
hey, Justin,
I don't know.
Do you know who the aeronaut is? Maybe we can get the aeronaut to tell us who they are.
I know someone brought it to my attention, and it's
I don't either. So hopefully they let us know in the chat, because clearly they agree with our conversation.
Yeah, please let me know, because I'm terrible with remembering things.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I was just trying to throw them a little bit of airtime if
yeah, no, you're good.
Yeah, Colin. Oh, it's Cletus.
Oh.
Well, No wonder. Hi,
Gang.
Cletus.
Makes sense. I'm like, I remember seeing the name, and I can't remember where I seen it from. Yeah, there he is.
Richard Coleman saying, "Yo, there he is. Better late than never."
Hostile Front, the boys.
Okay, so now I forget what I mean. Oh, we were talking about trying to get the scene to
just be a little bit more open. You know what I mean? It's just like, just not. I don't know, man. It's just something that's been discouraging for quite a while, and it's more so from like even on the somewhat inside looking in, or even the outside looking in. It's just like, damn, man. It's like we can do a whole lot better. We can do a whole lot better and make this scene actually something that is almost like a force to be reckoned with. You know what I mean? It's just something that can be a whole lot better. And I know people are going to say like, the scene's better than it ever has been. It's like, I highly doubt that.
Being the person I am, and it's weird. I'm not a musician, but I've been involved in the scene since 1996. So, and like multi-genre involved. And so when I say like the scene needs to be more supportive, I mean everybody, not just metal scene to metal scene. My favorite things are going to festivals where you have multiple genres, and not necessarily genres that I'm into. It's just cool to see them all interact and get along and help each other out.
Yeah, and there could be definitely something that you dig there. You could be like a singer-songwriter that you're not even into that kind of stuff, but it's like damn, man, that person has the voice of an angel. It's incredible to me. And it's like you start talking and that's a form of networking, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And it's just something I feel like is like somewhat of a lost art, it's difficult, it's discouraging, like I'm still in it, and that's my opinion on it, but hey, man, take it for what it is. Take it with a grain of salt. You can hate me all you want, but at this point, I really don't care.
Hey, let's take another short break. We're going to listen to Ironside, State of Control. And on the video side, you're going to get to find out who wins some tickets. And we'll be right back. Okay, guys, it is time for me to give away 2 tickets to the Drive-By Truckers with special guest American Aquarium on September 24th. It is a 7 p.m. start time at the Palace Theater in Greensburg. Before I do that, I do want to mention we had 2 people sign up. It's really easy to sign up. You go to musicfrom412.com/contest. Click on the show that you are interested in. There's a set of directions there, but basically all you're going to do is share the page from our website and tag Music from 412 and Drusky Entertainment. Fill out a little form there giving us your email address. The only thing we use your email for is to send you the tickets should you win. With that said, the 2 people who signed up were John Gelsdorf and Andrew Carr. Here momentarily, I am going to go ahead and press the button that makes that wheel spin, and we will see who wins those 2 tickets. Is it going to be Andrew or is it going to be John? Both of their names are on the wheel 6 times. I shuffled them, so you may see them side by side, or you may see them doubled up next to each other. I'm going to press that button. We're going to find out who wins here in just a moment. And here it goes. Our winner is going to be John Gelsdorf. So John, you're going to keep an eye on your email. You'll get one from me this evening where I announce that you are the winner to both Rocky from Music from the 412 and Adam from Drusky Entertainment. And then you will get tickets sent to you via the ticket. You're going to get tickets emailed to you from Drusky Entertainment or from the box office at the Palace Theater within probably the next 24 hours or so. Enjoy your concert. And the rest of you, we are headed back to my conversation with Justin from Skies of Terra and the Ironside here momentarily after a couple more commercials that are headed your way. And I'll see you with Justin in just a moment.
You're gonna play the music, scary thing. We're gonna use I just really feel strongly about pursuing your passions. We can all have careers, we can all have jobs, we can all do things to make our living, but at the end of the day, you can't lose yourself in that process. Nothing will ever replace the experience and the feeling that you get from being in a real recording studio and tracking with a bunch of band members and just getting into the groove and making magic. All my life I had said this is what I ultimately want to do, and I realized I was at a point where if I was going to do it, it was go big or go home.
Hey, we are back, and I think I have us live on everything right now.
There we go.
For those of you that are just tuning in, I am using a brand new computer and setup, and I have lots of stuff going on at the same time. We are live on the radio. We are live all over social media, and later we will be Memorex on the Roku, and we will air on video-wise, and we will be airing on Music from the 412s over the airway station and all kinds of radio stations, all kinds of stuff going on here at the Pennsylvania Rock Show and Build the Scene and everywhere else that I'm a part of. First Angel Media, Music from the 412. There are other places. Rock for Life. I just was at a Rock for Life show. I do their website, take photos. Anyway, so we just heard the song State of Control by Ironside. And I'm going to let you tell us about that.
Well, Ironside is something that I literally just jumped into. I'm not a hardcore guy. It's still very new to me. It's still very different. The cadences are they're just straight to the point, whenever they have the ability, again, I'm instrumentally challenged. I can't touch a guitar without getting incredibly frustrated. So I leave that to them. They wrote the song, and I said, what's the song going to be called? And he said, we're going to name it after our demo EP. Who's scratching? These animals are insane to me. He said, dude, what is it? Hold on. What are you doing?
His cats are invading the studio. Well, that's going on. I will mention songs that we have coming up. Jeez. As long as I meet my deadlines. We will hear from Demo Demon featuring 9 Stitch Method, and that song is called Revolution. We're going to hear 6 Bar Break, Dogs of War, and The Crowning Will I Make It Home, as long as I hit my deadlines.
Sorry, I'm trying here. These dog and his cat, man, they don't want to leave me alone. But they said we're going to name it State of Control. So I said, okay, State of Control. I wrote lyrics for it, and they weren't vibing. So I'm just thinking of State of Control, I thought of prison terms for some reason. I watch a lot of stuff on A&E and stuff like that. So I'm thinking of this straight violent-esque kind of lyrics. So I literally wrote about just I don't know, a completely different alter ego, I guess, a different side of pretty much any person. Of you see someone you really can't stand, or you see something going on that you want to take care of yourself, but you can't. So I just kind of put that in the lyrics of just violence. I don't know. It's just, it's a different way of writing, to say the absolute least. It has been fun. It's just something that's still new to me, of trying to get everything down. Everyone says I'm doing a great job, but I'm my own worst enemy when it comes to that kind of thing.
So something else, not so much band oriented, but you have been in a bunch of really cool photos lately. There's one in the woods with look like rusted out trains.
Yeah.
Some really cool ones. That one sticks out in my mind right off the bat. There was another one I want to say, like there's shadow over you, maybe some smoke.
Yeah. So Erica actually contacted me, and she wanted to do shots because I did shots before with my neighbor's brother Braden. Dude's 21, an absolute animal behind the camera. He does video for cars, he does photo shoots for cars and all that stuff. So, I asked him, I said, would you mind taking shots of me for like, it was for something I was going to do for Rocky, but that completely fell under the wayside. And again, Rocky, I'm sorry, I'm a loser, but
listen, there's not the loser thing. What I'm going to say, there's a whole list of names that were supposed to do that, and it still hasn't happened.
It's just everything gets so hectic so quick, and it's just like it fell completely apart. But I asked him to do that, and he said, "You're like my first human subject," because he normally takes pictures of cars. So I'd post those and stuff like that. And then Erica hit me up, and she said, "I want to do shots," and I said, "Okay, cool." So the first bit of shots that we did, that went extremely well. She's absolutely amazing when it comes to the camera work. That shoot there, whenever you're talking about the rusted out cars, we went out to, oh man, dude, I forget what the place is called, but it's like an abandoned prison. It's out by Altoona. Went out there. We did shots there, and she said that the abandoned train cars are not too far away from here. I said, okay, so let's go. And not too far away from there means like 45 minutes. So I was like, okay, that's dope. Went out there, and there's like no trespassing signs. And there was like a dude right by the gate, like practicing his golf swing. I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't think we should be doing this. And she said, no, come on. And she just walks around the gate like it's nothing. I said, okay, I guess we're going to get a trespassing charge. So we go, we go through, and it's like way back in the woods. Like a guy, he like bought all these train cars to go ahead, and he was going to restore them and refurbish them and resell them, I believe. But he got too old. He has like well over 100 train cars sitting on this property that are essentially, I think by the end of the year, are going to be scrapped or sold to like a different party. The spot's going to be bulldozed. The stuff that's inside the actual building that's on the property are all the restored cars that he does have, that he did do. Those are going to be sold. So I guess mainly like she wanted to take one last shoot there at that spot before everything was all gone. And let me tell you, bro, it was sketchy. It was sketchy walking through those cars. There were so many risks of like tetanus and like disease and like mold. And I was like, oh, falling through the floor. That's another problem.
Well, they turned out amazing to the point that John and I were having a conversation of trying to figure out where it was.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, Erica's amazing behind the camera. Erica Ray Photography on Facebook. Go ahead and look her up.
I don't want to cut you short, but I did mention all 3 songs that I wanted to fit in.
Yeah, man, go ahead, throw them in there.
My time, but so if you want to check out Ironside, it's facebook.com/IronsidePGH. You guys have a show coming up. One maybe you want to mention?
We do actually. Let's see here. I gotta look at my calendar because I'm absolutely terrible. We were going to have a show just this past Sunday, but something happened with Tribal Gaze, which ended up being a family emergency, so that show got canceled. I think it's going to be postponed. Let's see here. We have one October 16th at Preserving Underground, and then we will be in Clearfield, PA on October 21st. So
the Preserving and the Underground, which stage are you on there? Do you know?
I believe it's going to be the underground stage. It's definitely not going to be upstairs. I don't think it's going to be upstairs.
Cool. I want to thank you for hanging out with me. Don't go anywhere. We're going to go off the air, but you and I are going to chat a little bit more.
Yeah.
We're going to listen to Revolution by Demo Demon featuring 9 Stitch Method, 6 Bar Break, Dogs of War, and the crowning song, Will I Make It Home Today? Sorry, Will I Make It Home? I added today for some reason. Anyway, we'll see you on episode 690 next week.